authentic, came in the truth and boss in it. Made niggas recruit. Had this shit light on a false image. I.S.U.P.K home court. Now what the fuck on scrimmage to words? So what is? You're written, don't affiliate with feminine symptoms. I know you feel me, nigga. This is death rap and hip hop. You don't stop that with shit. I'm gonna mix your lean with some grimlock. When the last time you heard it, this roll. When I wish force with the earth and heaven and got a piss ball. We've been the one in the weather taking risks for. Ain't got no pick or nothing. I know you feel me, nigga. Let the wicked weak and the meek will fail. God never been 50-50. It's a now righteous for sale. Let the righteous cry silence up a tender. A rebel without a cause as long as I remember. That's taking the kingdom, the only thing on my agenda. Can't avoid me, nigga. Middle finger to the one that try to destroy me. Revenge of beauty, I'm a beast. I told that bitch she can't eat. Let she join me for dinner. My God ain't got no regard for a sinner. Will come fall on him like timber. I know you feel me, nigga. In the eyes of terror, I stand still. Go to work for the colony and bring it back to the anthill. Cause everything I drop heavy as an anvil. Show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fuck quality, it gotta be. And win, and the rest lose. Slaves never say them, I'm calculating my next move. You became a real nigga, sick refuge. One shot for cause, that'll get you bruised. But niggas home, check your little attitude. I came to fuck up your move on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the phone. Bitches in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming, God bless the underdog, down by the left. Live by the protocol, walk my face, not by sight. Ain't no hope to get struck, like rest on the wall.
Hey, Shalom, priest, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You alright?
No matter what, you're about to Shabbat.
What else would you call that killer deception? I'm going like a German shepherd, young and restless, with honor like a German nest. I feel me.
Just more tracks today.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom is Israel. Once again, we here. To all the blacks, to all the Latinos, to all the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian, to all my brothers, I say Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. To all the I.S.U.P.K, which is the Israel School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you teach. That's what exactly Christ taught. You understand? So that's what we do. We're here to wake you up. We're here to Can you hear me, so, priest?
Come, sir.
Come. I'm having a couple issues with mic and camera, and I mean, but if I cut off, I mean, until officers about to come in, you could take over, right?
Come, sir.
Come. You understand? We in Montreal, in Longueuil. You understand? There's this cop. You understand? This woman, this Edomite, this oppressor. You know what I mean? There's this couple that was, I mean, acting up and whatnot. The cops got called, and then what happened? Sunshine One, when the police got there, one of the person, and I mean, in the fight, in the struggle, came towards the cop with two knives, and you know what she did? She didn't kill that man. She didn't kill that oppressor. She let go. She shot 4 times. I mean, as warning shot, but she didn't kill them. While what we seen in the state, we seen the same situation. Well, not really the same situation, but we see exactly a white woman killing him. You understand? And after that saying, "Well, I thought it was a taser."
Right.
You understand? If it was we're gonna read the story. Okay. We're gonna read the story. I'm gonna try to share the story. I believe
Slack, yes, sir. What's that?
am I freezing? Am I too up? You can put out the story. I'm gonna try to share it at the same time. Might just you know.
Con, sir. I'll start reading whenever you want me to. Con, sir.
uh, It's supposed to be on the screen in a few days. Hold on, just time. I'm gonna share this story, man. This is crazy, man. When we see in the black cop in the killing somebody, I mean, and said I thought it wasn't like the gun and the tape. Them devils, man. You understand? These damn devils. A man coming towards the cop with two knives, and she let go 4 shots. Didn't catch him in one. Didn't kill him. Let day. But we don't have exactly that chance. We don't have that right in America and Canada, man. As black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You understand?
Right.
Screen over here.
Slack, yes, sir. Can you hear me? Okay, Con. We got a story that we're gonna get into. Um, Officer of 1,000 out of here pulled it up on the screen. This is a story that happened in Montreal. Um, and it's titled Man Shot Up by Longville Police and Arrested After Family Dispute Escalates. The police say they stopped an aggressive and threatening individual as he attempted to attack a man outside a building in the Le Mans neighborhood Tuesday morning. Longville police say an officer opened fire in the direction of a man after a family dispute in the Le Mans neighborhood escalated. Having been called to the scene Tuesday morning around 11:10, Police say they stopped an aggressive and threatening individual as he attempted to attack a man outside a building. Armed with an unidentified object in his hands, the man reportedly turned around and headed for a policewoman. So far what happened is it seems that there was some kind of dispute between family, and the police say that this individual looked aggressive and threatening. And as this individual attempted to attack a man outside a building, the police say he was armed with an unidentified object in his hand. Now, I don't remember the brother's name, but there's a video of him where he came running around a car, and I think he had a kitchen knife or something in his hand, and the police ended up shooting this man dead. And if you've been following the news on what's going on to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we've been getting gunned down by no tomorrow from the police. With the help of all these new video cameras and police body cams, we get to see what really goes on behind the scenes with the police. And so this stuff has always been going on with our people. This isn't anything new. But just now that we have all these video cameras and cell phones everywhere, people are just actually starting to record what goes on. Right? And so in this story here, this aggressive individual, they're armed with an unidentified object in their hand. And it says the man reportedly turned around and headed for a policewoman who opened fire without hitting the man after feeling threatened, police said. Now, that's absolute madness. And we should hear about stories like this all the time. This should be all over the news. This man is reportedly running towards the policewoman. This is a policewoman. And she opened fire without hitting the man, just to scare him off. And it says the man was then arrested by other officers who had been called in as reinforcements. That's crazy. If if you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man and you aggressively run towards a police officer, that police officer is going to gun you down without a shadow of a doubt. You're never going to hear about a story about somebody getting aggressive, our people getting aggressive with a cop and not being gunned down. This is madness. But this policewoman, she had enough sense, or you could say professionalism, to where she shot off warning shots because she felt threatened. Right? Hey, shalom, sir. And so I'll keep reading through this. So it says, without hitting the man, after feeling threatened, police said. The man was then arrested by other officers who had been called in as reinforcements. 4 people were taken to hospital after the incident, some suffering from post-traumatic shock, a police spokesperson said. No one was seriously injured, the spokesperson added. That's madness. We had a brother who was just shot for having an air freshener inside his car. Right? There's a brother who had a a kitchen knife in his hand who was gunned down. There was a brother who was reaching for his cell phone or reaching for his ID inside his car and got gunned down. I think there was another brother who told the police officer he had a firearm. This is Philando Castile. He had a firearm in his car. He told the police officers to warn them, to let them know that he was carrying. And these devils still shot this brother. This,
Right,
like,
right,
our
right.
people.
Yeah, yeah. So like, you can hear me, please?
Come on, sir. Come on, sir. Go ahead.
Go. You can finish with saying what you said. Was saying.
God, I was just saying, just ending with Philando Castile. He even let these people know that he had a firearm. He let them know he had a legal firearm. He was trying to do the thing the right way. And these devils still gunned him down. Like there's no way that,
you understand?
this stuff.
While that.
Come on, slack it, sir. Go ahead.
Them priest what a priest. Like while meanwhile that them Edomites, you understand, running towards the policewoman with 2 knives identified, but that's a lie because in the report it says 2 knives. Yeah, he had 2 knives in his hand coming toward the police, and she didn't kill him. She shot up. Now I mean she let off 4 warning shots. You know what? Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian need to know what that feels like, not to be killed, and I mean to have a warning shot. You understand? We want to know how that feels. We want to know how that feels. The fact that if our brother is one of our brothers, no matter what is going through, in the kind of mental state, the police don't kill him now, I mean, instantly. Let that would have been, if that would have been a black man,
Right.
he wouldn't been alive today. I mean, if he has children, his children.
So Salaki, Officer Adia just having some technical difficulties, but we know that our people would love to know what that feels like. Our people would love to have a warning shot from police. Our people would love to have a chance at life, right? But these devils, they don't give that to us, which is sad, and that tells you exactly how they look at us, exactly how they view us. There's no value for our life, right? Like the Bible says, they hunt our steps, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it's a curse being in this kingdom. It's a curse being in North America. Having no rest, failure of eyes, no assurance of life. It's madness what goes on. So that was the end of that article. Just one moment, just bear with us. Please, yes. Just one moment, just gonna check out a scripture. Come on, Salaki, bear with me just one moment. let's get into some scripture. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Deuteronomy 28, and I think we'll start at verse 64. We'll start at verse 15. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. And it says, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." Right? The children of Israel, for disobeying the Most High, we're cursed. Because of our forefathers decided not to obey the Most High, and we decide to continue in sin, we get to live out these curses here in North America. And a story like this, like what's so heavy about a story like this is that it should let you know exactly how these people view you, right? We'll read verse 66, and it says, "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life." Right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have no assurance of our life. Right? That's a curse for disobeying the Most High. But these other nations, they get to run at a police officer with 2 knives in their hands, and they're not worried about losing their lives. Their kids, their families, they get to walk around in their kingdom with their heads up. They're not worried about losing their life. I saw another story where I think there was a so-called white woman in a park, and she straight up attacked a police officer. She started slapping him, swinging at him, and the cop just cowered down. No. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we don't get that opportunity, right? We're not allowed to say what we want to the police. We have to comply, and if we don't comply, even if we do comply, we have no assurance of our life, right? Salaki, I'm going to pass the class back to Priest and Officer.
To what the priest?
Come on, sir.
To what the priest? To what? Give it to the priest officers 50 shot 1. To what, man? Good work. Let me start off by saying the oppressors, the damn devil, the bite of, man. This, I mean, is gonna be known. You understand? Even they try to block. I mean, we're still gonna speak this truth, man. You understand? And you see exactly what happens, man. In the story, I was shocked, man. You understand? I was shocked. I was like, damn, right, damn. You know what? That's the type of love that black people need to give to each other. Understand? That's the love that we should give to each other. You know what? My brother trespass against me, I'm not gonna kill him. He step on my sneakers, I'm not gonna shoot him. I'll let go some warning shot and warn him, yo, don't mess with me over here. You understand? But we still gotta show love. Just like that cup, that woman showed love to her own kind. That's the type of love that we deserve to give to one another. And that's what we like, Hispanics and Native Indian. We quit. We want to seek their love. Might love a kind, man. This chapter 13, verse 15, Baba Kwasha. You understand? That them Edomite love the kind, and that's why that them stinking Edomite didn't die. That's why that oppressor didn't die running to the police with 2 knives. But you know what? We seen the soldier in the States, in the US, was pepper sprayed, and just like Officer Shawan was saying, even if when you comply,
Right.
there's still even when you comply. But here comes an Edomite run there and get shot. You understand? He's able to go home, you understand, go to court, go to jail. He's able to live his life. But we don't have that right, man. And that should tell you something. That should tell you that this world is not, this government, this empire is not yours, man. That should tell you how much you hate it over here, man. Well, we sleeping in Montreal, we sleeping in Quebec. You know what I mean? It's not like Toronto where brothers are more active, you know what I mean, more intelligent. In Montreal, you understand, people are like zombified over here, man. They're saying, what if it was the black, he would have been shot. And we still want to love them. I mean, we don't even care about the respect no more. All we want is their love. Seek love now, I mean, out of the oppressor, while the oppressor hates you, man. It's about time we realize this. It's about time we show that same love that them oppressing, I mean, that police woman show to a kind. We need to show love to our own kind, to our own brothers, to our own.
Damn right.
Wait for one. But this is the love that we give to one another, man. Understand? And this is what we're lacking in a Ecclesiasticus chapter
Con, sir.
13.
Con. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13 and verse 15. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Damn, man.
Salakia, sir, can you hear me okay?
Nah, he backed out for a second.
Okay.
Shalom, Akim, Yahabashim, Yashabrakatah.
Shalom, Adawan, Yabashim, Shabrakatah.
Salakia, what precept was that?
We're in Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13 and verse 15. Hold on.
13, verse 15.
Salakia, do
Khan, you could. I'm familiar with the topic. We're talking about Salakia, Officer Shayon. Can you run down the topic for me today?
Con. So to catch you up, we just read through an article to where basically an Edomite ran at a police officer in Montreal with 2 knives in their hand.
Salakia. I'm guessing he didn't get killed.
Con, sir.
Right. That makes sense. That's all I need to hear.
Con.
So, Khan, you can read that one more time. And Officer Shayon, send me those precepts, Brother Shah.
Con, sir. And so, Slacky, we're gonna go from verse 15. Slacky. We're gonna go from verse.
Hey, Shalom, Yahbashim Yashabrakatah.
Yabashim Shabrakatah.
What's going on, Akim?
We're to what? We're talking about how an Edomite ran at a police officer with 2 knives and he didn't die.
Right.
God. It was a police woman. She just let off warning shots.
Yeah.
Well, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are getting told taser, taser, Glock 40.
Right.
Right. I believe Officer Adi is coming back in, but you could read that precept one more time while we wait for Officer Adi to get back in.
Con. This is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 13 and verse 15. Every beast loveth his life, and every man loveth his neighbor.
Right. Every beast, the lions love the lions. The tigers mess with the tigers, right?
Every, so,
Every
you can hear me?
Con, sir, we can hear you. I'm gonna pass the class back over to Officer Adiar.
To water, priest. Salak, I'm having a major issue over here with my internet, with my computer, but you already know what it is, man.
Con, sir.
You understand? Well, you,
Con, this is verse 15 from the top. Every beast loveth his life, and every man loveth his neighbor.
yeah, man.
Right.
Like
Salakia, sir, you're still having
like
technical difficulties? So, Salakia, sir, can you hear us? Right. I think we're having technical difficulties again. One moment. Con, read that one more time from the top, Baba Kashan.
Con, sir. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 15. Every beast loveth his life.
Hold that right there. Every beast loveth his life, right? The every animal you could think of, they loveth their life. If you try to go capture a tiger, it's gonna fight Salakia. Not sure if you can hear me. Every beast loveth his life. You try to capture a tiger, it's gonna fight to not be captured. It loves its life, right? The lions stick with the lions, the hyenas stick with the hyenas. Read.
And every man loveth his neighbor.
And every man loveth his neighbor, right? Like blacks, Hispanics, and Native American, you're supposed to love your neighbor, right? We're supposed to have so much love for each other. You can see it with the article that was read that the Edomites they love each other. They're willing not to kill, right? That she devil said, I am not gonna kill this little Edomite devil because this is my brother, and if I kill him, his family's gonna make up so much noise about it, right? That's how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are supposed to be. You're supposed to see the drug dealer in the neighborhood, and you're supposed to make sure there's no drug dealing in your neighborhood. Every black, Hispanic, and Native American knows someone who shot someone, who's murdered someone, right? For the most part, especially in these housing communities, but no one does anything about it, and the murder keeps happening, and the drugs keep being sold.
Right.
Was that the end of your precept?
Con, sir. And he wanted to read till verse 19.
Till 19. I can see that. Right, I think he's back again. So, okay, so you're on mute.
Y'all can hear me?
Con, sir, I'm gonna pass the class back over to Officer Ariel.
Salaka, just let me work my mic over here. You understand? So you could take over for now, all right?
Con, sir. You can keep reading, Baba Kasha.
Con. Verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind.
Right? That means the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are supposed to stick with the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? You're not supposed to see Edomites on reservations. Right? You're not supposed to be walking down the street and see your sister walking hand in hand with a Rottweiler, with a Caucasian canine. Right? Read.
Right. And a man will cleave to his like.
Right. Like you're supposed to cleave to your brothers and sisters. That's who you're supposed to be like. Like I'll give you an example. The black man, he gets rich and he starts to make money, and the first thing he thinks of is he wants to leave out of the black community, right? So the young man who grew up in the ghetto, he becomes a doctor and he decides, you know what? I can't be a good influence in this community anymore. I gotta go to the suburbs, right? Salakia, has anybody heard what the founder of Black Lives Matter did?
Wow.
Correct. So the founder of Black Lives Matter, she decided to buy a mansion with millions of dollars. Anybody want to guess where she got that money from? Right. She got that money from people donating, thinking they're donating to Black Lives Matter. I guarantee you right now, in the state that she lives in, there is a Black, Hispanic, or Native American child starving in a impoverished neighborhood. Right. Read that last part one more time.
Con. And a man will cleave to his like.
Right. We're supposed to cleave onto our own. Right. We're not supposed to get rich and dip. Right. And that's what happens in the black community. Right. You've seen it that this she devil, she cleaved onto her like. Right. She knew that was her family, and she decided not to do anything about it. Right. Salakia. She decided that she wasn't going to take that man's life, right? With how they treat blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, he was running at her with a knife. It would have been justified, but she said she can't do it. Had it been a black, Hispanic, or Native American, it would have been taser, Glock 40. Right? Read.
Verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
What fellowship has the wolf with the lamb, right? Now, the lamb is Israel. The wolf is the oppressor. We don't have any fellowship with them, right? We're not supposed to have fellowship with them. They are predators. All they know how to do is eat, right? It sees the lamb and it wants to eat. Speaking of lamb, Passover is coming up. You should be trying to get to Texas. And if you can't, tune in or try to link up with the I.S.U.P.K. But Passover is coming up, and that good lamb is going to be cooked, it's going to be roasted, and we're going to cleave onto our own leg and celebrate the Passover and show brotherhood and sisterhood and eat the good lamb. Read.
So the sinner with the godly.
Read that one more time.
Verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
Right.
So the sinner with the godly.
Right. The sinner has no fellowship with the godly. Right. The sinner is going to make you sin. He's going to make you want to sin. Right. You can't. Salakia. What's the precept I'm looking for? Basically, I'm going to paraphrase it where two men can't walk unless they're on one accord.
So, like, you want me to grab it?
Khan, you can grab that, Baba Kasha.
Con.
Right? Like the sinner, you can't. How are you gonna be like, I don't sell drugs, drugs is killing my people, and then be chilling with someone who sells drugs? How are you gonna be like it's bad to prostitute our daughters, but you're gonna hang around with a stripper, right? How are you gonna have strippers at your Passover and then talk about we can't we're supposed to be better than that and our daughters aren't supposed to be whores?
Right.
I got that.
Right.
Ready?
Khan, you can drop it, Baba Kasha.
This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Right? So the sinner cannot walk with the godly. You have to be Salakia. Read that one more time, Baba Kasha.
Con, this is Amos chapter 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
You have to agree on the same thing, right? Your Officer Jarash, Officer Shayuan, young man Kavoy, we're and myself, we're not gonna walk together unless we agree. We all agree that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the children of Israel, right? We all agree that we're not supposed to sell drugs, right? We all agree that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, right? And if we don't agree on that, we're probably not going to walk together. We're not going to agree. This brotherhood is not going to get built, right? This kingdom is not going to get built unless we can all agree that Yahawashi is king of Israel and he's a nigger. He's a black man. Salakia, I'm going to pass the class back over to Officer Adiyar. Salakia, sir.
Hey, the water, priest, the water. Give the priest a hand. The water, man. Hey, Yaku here fighting well?
Con, sir.
Salakia, he jumped right back out.
Damn.
Our oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. He's shutting down provinces. He's shutting down internets. But give the Most High a hand. He's shutting down the world. Let's give the Most High a hand. Hey, Shalom, Maki. How about you now, Shabbat?
Shalom. So y'all
all right, while we wait for Officer Adiyar to get back in, we're going to continue reading. Officer Shayuan, where do we leave off?
We're at verse 18, sir.
Verse 18. You can continue reading.
Come. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 18. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog?
Right? Like the hyena and the dog. The hyena tells the dog, you gotta wait until I finish getting the scraps that the lion left behind. Right? The dog and the hyena don't agree on anything. I'll give you an example. It's the perfect example. Black people have been getting shot for the last 100 years, and black people have said Black Lives Matter. In their foolishness, they said Black Lives Matter instead of joining the I.S.U.P.K. And in their foolishness, they went and protested with Edomites. And Edomites showed you, them dogs showed you, we don't agree because all lives matter. And that's what they said. Right? Read that one more time.
What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog?
Right? There's no agreement between the hyena and the dog. You can finish that?
And what peace between the rich and the poor?
You see it all the time. The rich and the poor are not at peace. The poor get shot down in the street and they decide to go loot a Walmart. The rich sit back in their Bayview, Salakia. They sit back in their suburban mansions and mini mansions and bungalows and flats and their condos, driving their expensive cars. And they say, oh my, what is going on? Why are they destroying the place? The rich, Joe Biden said, there is no reason to be looting. There's no excuse for rioting, right? It doesn't matter you guys kept getting shot down in the street. It doesn't matter that it's taser. I can't tell the difference between a Glock 40 and a taser. Now a young brother is murdered. It doesn't matter to them, right? Read that one more time. Just the peace between the rich.
Sir. And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Right? The rich and the poor don't have peace. They're always going to be at odds because the poor don't want to be poor and the rich need the poor to be poor. Who's going to make the Big Mac at McDonald's if we're all rich? Right? There's no peace between them. So, okay, so you back? Right? Officer Audio will let us know when he's ready. You can read 19, Baba Kashan.
Come. Verse 19. As the wild ass is the lion's
Like,
prey.
y'all can hear me?
Khan, sir. We can hear you loud and clear.
No, I can't.
That Ontario, that Quebec government, they're doing a number on the internet. They don't want this truth out at all. Right? So we're gonna keep reading. You can read 19 one more time, Baba Kasha.
Come. Verse 19. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
Right? That's to let you know there is differences, right? That we're supposed to love each other because that lion is trying to eat us up, right? And we've been being devoured since the oppressors came out them caves. We've been being devoured from them, right? And the wild ass is Salakia. Would that say one more time? The wild ass is the lion's prey, right? Our oppressors treat us like food. They eat up all of our substance. They use up all of everything we have, right? That's why we can never be with the oppressors because they're never going to agree. All they want to do is eat up everything that we have, right? You can read it one more time.
Come. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor.
Right? The rich eat up our substance. Everything that we do, we basically give it to the rich. We work 40, 50, almost 60 hours a week, and all of that money we give it right back to the man we got it from. Right? That's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are in the ghetto, right? Because they make it hard for us to even own business. If you've been to Eglinton and Oakwood, damn near all the businesses are closed. Little Jamaica looks like little desert down there, right? Myself and Officer Urad, we were down there a while ago, and every single barber shop is closed. There are no barber shops open. Right? I'm not sure if Officer RDR is back yet. We'll give it a second. Right? That's what's happening to us. The are eating us up.
Can you hear me?
Khan, sir, I can hear you.
Khan, sir.
I'm gonna pass the class back over to Officer RDR.
It's like over here. To water, please, to water, man. That's to water. So I might be lagging a cut up, but you already know the devil is the devil is the Bible, man. You understand? The oppressors of them devil the Bible. But we ain't gonna quit. You understand? We're gonna keep pushing and we're gonna keep speaking the truth in facts. You understand? And what else as Abacha was that verse that is just verses, man, is exactly what male cop, that woman cop, show exactly. You understand? And this is what we need to show. Every beast love their own kind. We the only ones that want to love the other kind of beast. You understand?
Right.
We don't have love for ourselves, but we want to love every damn body, man, that hates us. While they love their own people, but we don't want to love our own, man. And this is what is against God. This is against even, you understand? Just like the example that Officer Zabaja was using with the hyena. You understand? We are lions over here. You know what I mean? We lions. So let's hang with lion. Let's gather with lion and lionesses, man. But you know what? We want to hang with the hyena. We want to hang with the ants. We want to hang with the chicken. We want to hang with the turkey, and
Right.
so on. Verse 15, but one more time, but question.
Salakia, sir, which verse?
Oh God. Every beast loveth his life, and every man loveth.
Salakia, I think he might be frozen again. I think he's frozen again. Just hold that right there. He might want that again when we get back. Pass the class back over to him.
Salakia, Officer Zabadia, did you get that?
Khan, that's where I'm going right now. Is this the first precept that we've read for the night? Officer Shaywan, is this the first precept we've read?
Con, sir.
Khan. Officer Urad, bring me to Leviticus 19 and 18. Salakia, is it 19 and 18? Yeah, bring me to Leviticus 19 and 18, Baba Kishar.
Con.
Conscious.
And anytime the Akim want to chime in, you could just chime in.
All right, conscious. Salaka, so you said Leviticus 18 and 19, correct?
Khan.
Conscious. There's a book of Leviticus, chapter 18, Salaka, chapter 19 and verse 18. And it reads, "Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love."
People, hold that right there. You are not supposed to hate your brother. You're not supposed to want to go to war with your brother. If your brother does something to you, your sister does something to you, you're supposed to go to them and them alone. You're supposed to talk it out. You're not supposed to want to take up a rock and bash him in his head with it. You're not supposed to want to kill your brother. Right? You're not supposed to take revenge on your brother, and that's what's going on in the blacks in the communities of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right? You're supposed to love your people, but the opposite is happening. Salakia, read it one more time.
Con. Leviticus 19 and verse 18, and reads, "Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but..."
Right? Hold it right there. But against the children of thy people. But Officer Urad, who are the children of thy people?
The children of thy people will be blacks, Hispanics and Native American, the children of
Right.
concept.
Right. It would be black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. In other words, your brothers and your sisters. Right. Don't bear any grudge or want any revenge on your brother because he offended you. Right. A lot of times these little things could be resolved. Right. We have the most excellent counselors in the world. You could send Salakia. Actually, this has actually happened already. I don't remember the brother's name, but there was a brother who had a family member who was basically wanted on heavy charges, and the police had him surrounded. Right, this brother is in the school. Right, he's an officer. Salaki, I'm not sure if he's an officer or captain in the school, but he's in the school, and they called him and they used him to talk his family member out of the situation, so he wasn't killed. Right, you should be able to call the I.S.U.P.K and get any situation that you have with your brother. Right, you should be able to call Officer Daraj. Ding, 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 Officer Daraj, I got an issue right now. And Officer Daraj will say, okay, 1 second. I'm going to get you in contact with someone. Officer Daraj calls Officer Aban, and you get counsel. Or you call Officer Aban directly yourself and get that counsel that you need. There's not supposed to be any killing or any infighting in the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American community.
Right. That's right.
Right? Salakia, sir, are you there? Right, we'll continue reading until Officer Adiyar tells us he's ready. Finish reading, Baba Bashar.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor.
Yeah, hear me?
Thyself.
Come on, sir. We can hear you.
Come.
Right. I'm gonna pass the class back over to Officer Adiyar. We're in the book of Leviticus chapter 19, and we are reading 18. Salakia, sir, are you there? All right. Officer Urad, finish the last part of the precept, but thou shalt.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
Right? This is a commandment from the Lord. You're supposed to love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you're not going to kill yourself, why would you kill your brother? Right? If you're not going to smoke crack yourself, why would you sell it to your brother? Right? If you're not going to prostitute yourself, why would you prostitute your sister? Right? That's how we're supposed to operate. This is how Israel is supposed to be, because we're the light to the earth. We're the judges. Officer Urad, read that one more time. And young man Kavoy, can you bring me to Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 6, Baba Kashan?
I'm gone.
Right? Officer Urad, read that last part one more time.
Gotcha. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right? You're supposed to love your neighbor, love your brother, just like you love yourself. Right? You don't want anybody coming up to shoot you in your head. Why are you doing it to your neighbor? Right? Why are you doing it to your brother? You don't want anybody to steal something from you. Don't do it to your brother. Right? Finish reading, Baba Kasha?
So you want me to get on to the next verse? That was the end of that verse.
Oh, okay, come on. We're gonna get young man Kavoy to read Ecclesiasticus. You wanted Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 6.
Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Wait, Salakia. Is that 10 verse 6?
Con.
Like, do you have Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiasticus?
Salakia. Ecclesiastes.
You need Ecclesiasticus out the Apocrypha.
Salakia, so I don't have my apocrypha with me.
Okay, Khan, no sweat, no sweat. Officer Urad, or someone get Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 6, right? Where Khan? Whoever just spoke first can read out. I'm not sure, I didn't hear.
All right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 6 from the Apocrypha.
Khan.
Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practice.
Right? You don't want to bear hatred to your neighbor for every wrong, because eventually that hatred that you bear for every wrong, you're gonna end up killing that person. Right? That hatred is going to make you not want to be a brother. Right? Not everyone's going to agree all the time. Sometimes someone's going to do something that is just gonna make you want to see red. Right? And you don't want to just hate them for that, right? It's like what happens is eventually the whole nation's going to hate each other, right? And we're just going to be going to war with each other for no reason, right? Read that last part one more time.
Khan. And do nothing at all by injurious practices.
Right? You don't want to do something to hurt your people, right? You don't want to practice things that are going to hurt your people. That's not love, right? Love is an action word, and so is hate, right? To strike your brother down over some words, over something that's so simple, right? You don't want to do that, because then it's like every time that you're angry, you're gonna strike someone down, right? And if the Most High is not killing you for your sins right away, what makes you think that you could look at your brother for something he did grievous to you and want to strike him down and want to hurt him and physically hurt him, right? Or physically hurt her, right? Sisters go through this all the time, where a sister will find out that her husband has another sister somewhere, and now she wants to go and fight that other sister, right? And this happens all the time. Damn near all the fights that the sisters go through in these neighborhoods in our community is over some rod, right? Some rod that they're both sharing. Now they want to fight and kill each other. Now they want to throw bleach in each other's face. Someone wants to hit someone with a car. Like, good night. I watched these two sisters argue one time. The other sister said, "I'm coming back," hopped in her car and tried to run over the sister, ran her car right into the light pole. Right? You don't want to practice those Salakia. What was it exactly? Those injurious practices, right? Don't do that. Salakia. What do we got next? Someone get me Ephesians 4:26. Right? You're supposed to love your brothers and sisters. These police aren't murdering their own kind because they love each other. Right? And this is if we practice these laws and these words that are written down in this Bible, overnight the Black, Hispanic, and Native community will be great again, right? Overnight all the killings will stop, all the drug dealing will stop, all the adultery will stop. right?
Like you,
Officer
sir.
Shariwan, Baba Salakia. Officer RDR, can you hear us?
Come, I could hear you loud and clear. Y'all could hear me?
Come on, sir. We can hear you. I'm gonna pass the class back over to
Most High in
Officer
Christ.
RDR.
God damn. All right, so to water, priest to water. Give the priest a hand, man. That's excellent. The lie can't give once again. I mean, because of the trouble that the oppressors of them devil the Bible speak of, man, and we ain't gonna stop saying it
Right.
because it's true. All right, which verse you were at?
We just read Ecclesiasticus 10 verse 6, Baba Kashab. Sir, Salakia.
All right, Salaki, we went with it, Bible question.
Officer Darash was reading, sir.
Come on, go ahead. Hey, also the Rush is in the house, man. Shalom, priest. Y'all about you, Shabbat.
Hey, shalom, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
You could go ahead with the verse, Bible question.
Salak, you want me to read it again, sir? I read it already.
Oh, so the Rush here?
Salak, can anybody else hear me?
Come on, I can hear you. I think it's just a lag.
Oh, okay, Khan.
Come, you could go ahead with the Bible question. Ecclesiastes 10 verse 6.
All right, Khan. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices.
You understand that? That means forgive your neighbors, man. You understand? Not because that man step on your sneakers, you need to shoot him. Understand? And we need to take example as I mean with the police officer, where a man running towards that them had two knives running towards the police, but she didn't take his life up. She didn't kill him. And we need to have that same compassion towards one another. We need to have that same love towards one another, and that's what we preach and show in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Understand? You're not gonna see me and my brothers arguing over dumb things. You understand?
Right.
Because we stay in one spirit in
Good night, Professor.
Salakia. Anybody hear me?
Come on, we can hear you.
Oh, cousin.
Officer RDR, you still there?
Okay.
One moment, right? So you gotta, just like Officer RDR was saying, you gotta forgive your brother, right? right? So you're supposed to forgive your brother, right? And just like Officer Adiar said, like when you forgive your brother, right? You Salakia, we use what that she devil did, for example. That Edomite was looking to kill her. He was looking to do what the tribe of Edom does, right? He was looking to do what those devils do. He was looking to kill. She fired warning shots, right? She put brotherhood first, right? And so like, it's such a terrible example to use Edom as how Israel is supposed to act, right? But every other nation is showing brotherhood to their brothers and sisters except for Israel, right? Outside of the ISUPK, there is no brotherhood. Even in these fake Christian groups that still Salakia, even in the fake Christian groups that have stolen property and stolen intellectual property in the 12 tribe chart sign, they have infighting, right? And they split. How do we know they split? Just look at all the camps that of the cowards who dropped their swords, right? They've broken up so many times, right? There wouldn't be any strippers at a Passover unless a sick group of men left another sick group of men, right? There's no brotherhood in there, right? And in Israel, we're supposed to show brotherhood. In the ISUPK, we stand on brotherhood. It's our weapon. We wield it perfectly. We keep that weapon sharp, right? You need brotherhood to be able to stand up on a corner and go to war with demons, right? You want to stand on a corner and cast out demons and wake up your people, you need brotherhood. Salakia, that was the end of the verse. Someone bring me to Ephesians 4 verse 26.
Another one, Khan. Ephesians 4, verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Hold that right there, right? Be ye angry and sin not, right? If you're angry with your brother, you better give that man a call, right? You don't want to wake up in the morning still angry about some stupid argument over a game of cards, right? Some stupid argument about, oh, I let you borrow my car last night and you didn't fill it up with gas, right? This happens so much to brothers and sisters in the world where they'll argue over over nonsense, right? Okay, I'll give you the most perfect example, right? Brothers have issues in the brothers in the world, they have issues, right? They might have an issue with each other and they don't speak on it. Months go by, a few weeks go by, another issue happens, they don't speak on it, right? Before you know it, you have a mountain of issues that they didn't speak on. They go outside, they roll up some drugs, and they start smoking drugs, and someone smokes on the blunt longer than the other person, and he feels that he didn't get as high as he was supposed to. They start arguing, right? Nigga, you smoke that weed so much more than me. I got the road. Da 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 da. I want to get high. Well, nigga, you did this and this last week. Well, I did this last week. You did that last week. Eventually, the guns come out. Bang, bang, bang. Now two mothers are crying. One's in jail and one brother's in jail. The other brother lost his life. Right? Read that one more time for me.
Another one, Khan. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Right? don't sin against your brother. Don't commit any sins where you're doing something against your brother. Now you want to harm your brother, and you want to spit in the brother in the face of Christ, of Yahweh, right? You want to hate your brother. That's disrespecting the sacrifice that our King made for us, right? He showed the best form of brotherhood. He gave his life for us. He he was he was tortured and beat and humiliated in front of everybody so we could live, right? When you sin and hate your brother, you're basically saying F Christ. We don't care that he died for us, right? You don't want the sun to go down on your anger, and then you wake up and it's in your heart. You want to call your brother and speak to him and say, "Listen, this is what happened. Like we need to figure this out." Is that the end of the precept?
Khan, another one, Khan.
Right. Read it one more time, because that's something that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to hear. Especially if you're in a relationship. You don't want to go to bed angry with your rib. And sisters, you don't want to go to bed angry with your head.
Khan, another one, Khan. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Right? Don't let the sun go down on your wrath, and you're gonna fall asleep, and now you fall asleep, you dream about it, you wake up about it. It's a terrible feeling when you wake up still angry with someone over nonsense, over something so simple, right? Salakia, where are we? Officer Shaw, you want to get me Luke 17:3, Baba Kashaw?
Come. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 3. Take heed to yourselves. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him. And if he repent, forgive him.
Right? That last part is definitely important. You want to forgive him, right? If your brother trespass against you, you let him know, like, yo, nigga, what you did was effed up. Like why'd you do that? Like, you can't be doing that, right? Like, a strong man knows how to take a rebuking, right? A coward's gonna get in his feelings and act like they did nothing wrong. That's what cowards do. That's what every Christian does. They get in their feelings and they act like they did nothing wrong, right? But your brother, he trespassed against you. You let him know. Don't just act like it didn't happen, right? That's what destroys brotherhood, is when you act like nothing's wrong when there's clearly something wrong, right? Your brother did something to you, tell him. Just be, hey, all due respect, yeah, I gotta say this out of love, but listen, you messing up right now, right? You are out of pocket for that. One moment. Hey, Shalom, Trooper. Most High in Christ. The water for tuning in, right?
Shalom, Lord Christ.
You wanna let your brother know you were dead wrong. Like, what you did was dead wrong. I don't appreciate it. It felt disrespectful. It felt, however you gotta communicate with your brother without being disrespectful, without escalating the situation. You get it done and do it, right? Don't Salakia. What are the words I'm looking for? You don't want to not let it. You don't want to dust it under the rug. When example time, right? You tell a child to go clean your room, the child does what? He throws everything under the bed. That clutter is still under their bed. It's not. It hasn't gone anywhere. So your brother trespass against you, rebuke him. But read that one more time, Baba Kasha.
Come on. Verse 3. Take heed to yourselves. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him. And if he repent, forgive him.
Right? You wanna rebuke your brother, and once he repents, that's when you forgive him. Right? Don't hate your brother. If your brother, you told him, yo, listen, you messed up, and he says, you know what? You're right. Like my bad. I mean to I mean to do that. Like, can we how do we get past this? Right? You forgive that man. The Lord forgives you for all the whores you slept with. The Lord forgives you for all the weed you smoked, all the drugs you sold, right? The Lord forgives you, sisters, for all the abortions, all the husbands you had. Forgive your sister, forgive your brother. Salakia. Trooper Sakad, bring me to James 1 and 19, Baba Kasha. Right. Hold it when you have it.
Khan, I don't
You
want Khan.
you just want to forgive your brother, right? Let him know you messed up. He says, you know what, you're right, I did. You say, all right, no sweat, right? It's literally no sweat. What are you gonna do? Go kill your brother over because he stepped on your shitty ass J's? Those J's that were made in the sweatshop, the J's that you can't sell back to get retail value for because you already scuffed them, right? So you wanna love your people. That's what we're missing right now. Outside of the ISUPK, there's no love. Right? Literally, where is the love outside of the ISUPK? You can't see it. As soon as two people, all you have to do is go look on World Star. World Star Hip Hop will let you know exactly what's happening in the black community. There's no brotherhood outside of the ISUPK and the black community, the Hispanic or Native American community. And you can only blame the Christian church. All these pastors and fake leaders who are they're not teaching our people that they're supposed to love each other, that they're supposed to forgive each other, right? You go in the Christian church, all they do is talk about each other, right? How like all they're doing is talking about each other. The pastor's not telling you you're supposed to forgive. The pastor's not telling you to forgive your brother because he's sleeping with his brother's wife,
Right.
right? Like you're not gonna find this love. Um, I'm sure all these men that you see before you right now, they could tell you that they love is in the ISUPK, right? We checking with each other. You haven't heard from a brother in a minute. You check in on him like, yo, what's going on? Where you at? I haven't heard from you. You Tawab? The brother's gonna say, yeah, Most High in Christ, I'm Tawab, just slaving away, right? Eventually, you're gonna link up, or you might. All right, I'm gonna see you on the PlayStation tonight, right? In the world, brothers go months, weeks, years without speaking to each other, right? That is not how we operate in the ISUPK, right? If you want to see love, all you have to do is make it to Passover, right? Make it to any ISUPK gathering, any cookout, and you're gonna see love. Salaki, I'm trying to catch up with you. Trooper Sakai, You can read that precept when you got it.
James 1 verse 19.
Con.
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
Right? So you want to be swift to hear, like listen to your brother. Don't just listen to your sister. Listen. You don't want to just talk. You're someone's telling you, Slovakia. Someone is telling you that listen, you're trespassing against me. You don't want to just slough it off like, no, I didn't do nothing. What did I do? I didn't do nothing to you. Right? You want to hear him out. He doesn't acknowledge that he's trespassing against you. He's not hearing you out. Right? And then that's when you go to counsel. Right? That's when you have to get a counsel involved, right? You go to your brother or your sister on a one, and it's like, listen, yo, I need to tell you something, and they don't listen to you. They don't acknowledge that they were wrong, or they don't acknowledge that something is going on. You you gotta then you gotta go get counsel. You gotta seek some type of counsel, right? Anytime the Aki want to chime in, they could chime in. Officer Salakia, Trooper Sakai, read that one more time.
Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to
Right,
wrath.
hold that right there. You gotta be slow to speak. You can't now. A man says, "Listen, you did this," and nah. Like if you, the most perfect example of Salakia, a good example of brothers being quick to speak, just go watch any debate Captain Tazariak has, right? When it comes to that question period, the Captain Tazariak will be cutting the piss out of these Christian pastors. They don't hear anything and they just talk. That's all they do. They're quick to speak. They don't understand that they're wrong. You are dead wrong in what you're saying. But because Christianity is a heavy drug, it's it's the most powerful hallucinogen in the whole world, right? Fentanyl will kill you. Christianity will kill you as well. Christianity will tell you there's nothing wrong with fentanyl. And then we're saying rest in peace, DMX, right? There's nothing wrong with that crack cocaine that you're smoking. Rest in peace, another artist, right? You gotta be slow to speak. Don't just speak. In this school, you're not where there is no quick to speak. You hear a man and you let him finish his speech, right? You can't be quick to speak. Read.
Slow to speak and slow to wrath.
Right? You gotta let that wrath be slow like molasses, right? It has to be slow. If you're quick to wrath, every black male is gonna be dead, right? This is what's happening in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community right now. Excuse Slovakia. Every brother is just quick to wrath, right? They're quick to the point where it's like you can't even have a conversation with a brother and tell him he's wrong, or two brothers they get angry and somehow it goes to that was a foul. I didn't foul you. Nah, you fouled me. You've been fouling all day, and somehow it goes to these brothers are throwing fists now, right? And once the fist gets thrown, within 3.5 seconds, a gun is going to get pulled out. Somehow, a gun gets pulled out on every basketball court, and shots get flown, right? All you have to do is look at the news. They'll tell you, right? All these shots are flying because because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are quick to wrath. And that doesn't do anything for us. All that is doing is it's killing our people. Right? We're just dying.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Salakia,
Salakia,
if I may just add on, something so heavy about this is that Salakia, can you hear me okay?
Khan, it was lagging for a second, but I got you. Go ahead.
Khan, if I may just add a couple precepts.
Khan, go ahead.
In James 3 and 5, it says, even so the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold how great a matter little fire kindleth. And in Proverbs it says, death and life is in the power of the tongue.
Right.
And Salakia, one more quick one is Proverbs 15 and 28. It says, the heart of the righteous studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. Like something about being in the I.S.U.P.K. I know when I first joined, I was told from the men above me, I got to learn to shut my mouth. I got to learn to check my emotions because there's so many issues that go on in our community just based off of things that we say.
Right.
And as you learn to shut your mouth, you're going to start learning how to listen. You're going to start learning how to take things in, how not to take offense when somebody says something, how not to get emotional when somebody says something. And just checking ourselves, watching our emotions, being quick to hear, understand what people are saying, that would solve so many issues when it comes to being brotherly. That was all I
Damn
wanted to
right.
say.
No, you're definitely right. Like being quick to hear and just shutting up. Like just shut up sometimes. Like that's why this speaker program it's such a it's like you you learn so much when you're in the trooper program. You like when you're outside, you just look at the conversations brothers have in the world, right? Go to any barber shop and just listen to the conversation. No one knows when to just be quiet. Everyone just speaks. When you're in a trooper program, you learn when to speak. You can't just speak. Raise your hand, right? Raise your hand or ask permission to speak. You can't just speak, right? And that's definitely a heavy point that you made because it helps you. It gives you discipline. In this school, General YAHANNA, Commanding General YAHANNA, he's raising men. We don't raise boys, right? None of our men are aqua. We don't do purple, Salakia. Right? All you gotta do is you Salakia. Yeah, again, General YAHANNA, he's raising up warriors. Right? We got a couple more precepts and then we're gonna go again. If any of the Akim want to add anything, you already know, just chime in. What do we got next? Trooper Sakad, get me Matthew 6 verse 14. Baba Kasha.
Hey, Shalom. Can y'all hear me?
Come on, sir. You're back. We got you.
we man, them. I mean,
Right.
the oppressor trying to make us, give up and everything. Shalom to all the Akim out there. Also the Rod, your Rod, young man, the Trooper Squad, and young man Kevoy. So, shalom, brothers. We here, man. You know what
Mama
I'm
the one.
saying? They was
God, sir.
Hey, man,
shalom, man.
they got you messed up.
Sir, no request.
Salakia, sir.
Right,
We're not the
so,
sick group, man. We don't just give up. There's no giving up, no
good,
excuses in this
good,
fight.
Hello, one calm.
good. I was using my phone didn't work. You understand? I couldn't.
God, sir.
Y'all was hearing me. I couldn't hear. I mean, damn. I was like, God damn these devils, man. You understand? But we still here, man. So what? So what?
God, sir.
Holding the class now. So what? Also about to do the amazing work. Understand? Going over these precepts. Understand?
God, sir. I'm gonna
What we
pass the
see,
class to you.
the main point.
Salakia, sir. What was that?
The main point about today, man, we seen the Edomite, showing love, to our own brother, to our own neighbor. We need
Right.
to show that type of love to our own people. You understand? We need to be able to forgive one another, to love, to like the General Miami said it the best, suffer one another. You understand?
Right.
Right.
Suffer your rib, suffer these children, suffer your brother, man. That's what we need to do. Just like that damn Edomite was suffering. Now, that Edomite was coming towards her with 2 knives, and you know what? She didn't kill them. Let's use that example in our communities. Let's use that as example as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, and not murder one another, not do wrong to one another, not pay. You understand? Not go and revenge ourselves against a brother because he has done us wrong. Because he has done us wrong. But let's have some compassion for one another.
Right.
Let's say, you know what? I don't want you to suffer. I don't want you to feel the pain that you did to me. I'll forgive you. I'll forgive you. But you know what? Still let you know what you did is wrong, but I still forgive you because you are my brother. You are my blood. You are my bones. You understand? And that's the kind of love that we need in Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian community. And until that, we're always gonna be, living, being separated. Loving the oppressor, loving these Africans. Understand? I'm been on Facebook because I was going against African hard recently. I got my face. Sometimes I go against Africans like crazy now. When this takes over me, I just go after Africa. You should have seen Montreal and Canada, like the number of the number of messages I received. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what's this against African? But you know what? You quick to hate me though. You quick to say, I pray this happens to you.
Right.
I pray this happens for the Africans. What about loving one another? But we do that type of things. We're not willing to go to that extent for our own people, man. And
We're
bring
the
who
only.
has that verse?
We're the only.
Matthew
Crazy.
6:14. Matthew
Salakia, sir. What was the
6:14. I have a
verse?
question. The one that you was gonna pull out, the Matthew 6:14.
Come on,
Khan,
I
sir, I have
the
it.
card together. Card.
Go ahead. And just before
Over
the super supply read first, and let's make the Passover. Passover is gonna come on the 24th next week. Let's be live. Let's try, and we're gonna have an announcement for the Passover. All right.
Come on, sir.
Khan, sir.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Matthew 6, verse 14. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
Right.
Verse 15. Wait,
Salaki,
Slakia, should I keep?
can you read it again? Because you was cutting up over here.
Okay. Matthew 6, verse 14. For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Read that again.
For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Now we
But
done
if ye
so
forgive,
many wrong. All the truth. We done so many wrong. We disobey the Most High in ways. Now I mean we don't even understand until we come in the truth. You understand? But you know what? God forgive us. We ask for mercy. We change. God forgive us. Do the same thing to another brother. You see the brother is sincere, apologizing, and say, you see the brother is sincere, want to change his life, realizing the wrong that he did to
Right.
you. Don't murder that brother, man. Don't hate that brother, man. You
Right.
understand? Don't wish bad on that brother, man. But you know what? Forgive that brother, just like God forgive you, man. Just like God give you a chance, give that brother a chance. Give that sister a chance, man. You understand? And that's what we need. Just like that, them Edomite. Those Edomite, even though they're the devil the Bible speak of, but you know what? She didn't kill that other Edomite. She had compassion. She had love for her own people, man. We need to have the same thing within us, man. We need that same thing inside of our own community, our own body, man. Let's
Right.
use people and realize we need to show love to one another. We need to forgive one another. Because why? Read it again. Because why?
for if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
Will also forgive you. If you forgive those people, those black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, your neighbors, your own people that do something wrong against you, God will forgive you. You can ask God for forgiveness while you at old grudges. You can ask God for forgiveness while you thinking about what somebody did to you. Know what I mean, another black man did to you, and you want to kill that brother. You want to kill that sister. You want to do hurt those people, and you're gonna ask God to forgive you. No, it's not gonna work that way. And that verse is not talking
Right.
about, just to clarify, that verse is not talking about forgiving the oppressor.
Right.
Understand? That verse is not talking about that. For those that might think that that verse is not, well, we should forgive the Edomites, we should forgive the oppressor. That verse is not talking about that.
I'm there.
Remember when Christ was talking, I mean, the Romans were in
Right.
captivity under the Roman Empire, man. This was not Christ was talking to his own people, man. You understand? To his own people, to his neighbors, to another fellow Israelite, to another fellow black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man. That's what Christ was talking to and for. This is not talking about forgiving the white man. God doesn't forgive the white man for what he has done to us, man. But you know what?
Right.
God wants you to forgive another brother, another sister, a Latino brother, a Latino sister, a Native Indian brother or sister, a black Hispanic, and I mean, a black man or black sister, man. God wants you to forgive those people, man. Understand? Don't hold grudges. Understand? Keep on going.
Right.
But if ye, verse 15, but if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
Read that again, Bubba Question. You cut it up really bad.
But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
Now, if you don't forgive your brothers, if you don't even have love for your brother to forgive your brother, why you expect God to forgive you then? That should be common sense. You want God to forgive you, forgive your brother then. Somebody did you wrong, forgive that brother. You understand? Somebody owes you money, they ain't pay you up, forgive that brother, man. You understand? And that's what we need. We've seen the perfect example with the Edomites. If the Edomites could live like this among themselves, why can't we do the same thing and show it even better? If the Edomite, now I mean, this is a policewoman. I use that topic now, I mean, and that topic now fell in right place. This is a policewoman that had the other Edomite with two knives coming towards her. Now I mean, ready to stab her. We seen exactly they should kill us. We seen exactly that and the damn devil said, you know what? I thought it was a taser and shot the brother. We seen those things, but you know what? When it comes to their own people, they have to show forgiveness. They have to show love to their own people. And we could see it over and over again. We see, I mean, where white men, I mean, trying to go against the police, trying to rough them up, you understand? Even fight with the police, and the police, I mean, going towards the police, and the police is backing up, yeah, back up. I mean, freeze, whatever. You understand? We're seeing those things, but when it's in the black man, what happens to another black man? Pow, 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 he dead. Pow, 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 she dead. But when it comes to their own people, they forgive each other. Because why? Because they love one another. What about we start loving one another? What about we start forgiving one another?
Right.
And that's what we need. That's what exactly we need in our communities. You know what? All the black crimes will stop. If we start loving and forgiving one another, there will be no black and black crimes in our community. Now, people won't be using, well, you know what? Black people kill another black too. Black kill more black than the cops kill black. We got a solution for that. Let's forgive one another. Let's love one another. You understand? For in I.S.U.P.K, we have solution for every problem that is plaguing the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, man.
Right.
And you know what? The roots is love, loving one another, caring, uplifting one another, telling one another the truth. You know what? That's the solution, man. Just following what God say. You can't say you love God while you hate your own brother. If you can see your brother, your sister, and hate them, well, you hate God because you can see God. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's in the Bible as well. You understand? That was it for the verse, right?
Con, sir.
Somebody bring me to Romans chapter 12, verse 17. Let's get it quick because of the time. You know what I mean? And like and share those classes, man. Like and share those classes. I.S.U.P.K, we on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you understand? YouTube, you understand? And you seeing what we're doing. You know what I mean? And we're gonna do some heavy work this summer, man. You understand? The
Right.
COVID-19 for the Passover, we had to come, you know what I mean, to Toronto and celebrate in Toronto. But unfortunately, you know what I mean, well, thankfully, God still has his feet, you know what I mean, his foot on the necks of the oppressor. You understand?
Right.
That's a WAP thing. we can be unified, you know what I mean, but most are in Christ. You understand? Everything happened for a reason. I mean, we still chop it up, you know what I mean, in the future. We still chop it up until, you know what I mean, Christ come back. And even when Christ, we still chop it up again. You understand?
So, like you said, I got Romans verse. You got your verse. You like it?
Come, Romans chapter 12, verse 17.
Romans chapter 12, verse 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all
Recompense
men.
what? Wait. Go slowly, warrior. Recompense what?
Recompense to no man evil for evil.
What does that mean? Who knows?
Don't do bad to a brother because he did bad to you.
Exactly. Give the brother a hand. Give the brother a hand. I said that's another soldier that's gonna. Oh man, y'all better get ready, man. You know what I mean,
Right.
Vancouver down here with the memes and everything, putting us on the map. You understand? You understand? Let's get it, man. You understand? So that's another brother, man. You understand? And I'm gonna do my best, you know what I mean, so I could give everything that I could give to that brother, you know what I mean, from the Most High. You understand? But that's exactly
Right.
not because somebody did bad to you, not something. You understand? Show him the truth. Show him compassion. Show him love. Tell him, I mean, what I do is, what about you? If you was in my place, if you was in my shoe, if I did the same thing that you did to me, if I did it to you, how would you react? What would you think? Well, you know what? Well, I wouldn't like it. Well, if my shoes then you understand? Just those kind words. Just, I mean, explain it to the system. I mean, like this. If it was you, if I did what you did to me to you, and I did to you, how would you feel? Well, you know what? I wouldn't feel good. I would have felt bad. I would, you understand? I would have revenge. I would have done this. Well, that's what you did then. Well, I'm not doing what you would have done. I'm showing you love. Repent, brother. Understand? It's easy like that. You don't need to kill that brother. You don't need to now stab the brother. You don't need to now to do evil to that brother because he done evil to you. What about showing love? Just like that damn devil now showed love. If the devil could show love to their own people, why can't we do the same and even better? And we are Yasharala. You understand? We the best at it. We're the best at showing love. We want to show love to the oppressor in ways, that go beyond love, I could say, but we don't want to same love to our own people. We don't want to do that same thing to our own people, and that's what we need. You understand? We need to start loving one another. We need to start caring for one another, man. You understand? We don't have to fight another brother because he wants to fight us. Show him the right way. You understand? Especially like they say, when with great power comes great responsibility. We in one West. Understand? And once we get to the Hebrew Academy, we're gonna know how to fight perfectly. We know how to defend ourselves. So let's not use that strength to hurt another brother. Let's not use that strength and those tactics and those ways of fighting to hurt another brother. You want to fight? Well, I want you, brother. There's another way.
Right.
There's another way, and that's what we need. I have that gun on me. You understand? Well, brother, I could have killed you, but I'm not gonna kill you because you are my brother. You are my flesh and blood. And you know what? Those kind of words will save a brother life. Will save a sister life. Well, you know what? You did wrong to me. You did something to me. I'm not gonna put you in the street, but I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna show you love. I'm gonna show you that I care. Oh, you got problems? Here I am. And you know what? That sister, her life will be spared. You understand? She will change. That's what we need in our communities, man. Keep on going.
Another one, Khan. Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
Do what?
Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
How do you provide things that's honest? How do you provide honest things? How do you do that?
Follow the laws.
Follow the law. Show in another way. Go beyond that. Go beyond. Explain. Who can explain that part?
Salakia, sir. I guess if you got a problem with your brother, just address it immediately.
That's one way. That's one way. Go ahead.
By loving your brother, sir.
Come. That's exactly what it's saying. But go beyond. Explain it in a way. Provide thing that's honest. You never seen somebody that's do some good to somebody else, but they're not honest about the good that they done.
Come.
Not that verse is against that.
How do I say? Do it.
Go ahead.
Do because you want to. Don't do it because you're trying to gain from the brother.
Exact, brother. I mean, that brother is in Montreal. I'm telling you, that's gonna be the next prophet over here, man. Do it because you care. Do it because you love that brother for real. You understand? Right. Do it because you really love that brother, man. You understand? Don't do it because you know what? Well, people are watching me, you understand, and they might say, well, I'm too wrong and I'm too rough. Nah, do it because you care. Be honest about your work. You understand? You love your brother, be honest about it. You love your sister, be honest about it. Don't do something because you want a record. Do it sincerely. Understand? That's what the verse is talking about. Understand? Don't I owe no brother. Don't commit evil for evil. Man, if you could do good to that brother or that sister, do it because you really care about that brother and sister, man. That's honest. You understand? That's real love. You understand? Keep on going.
Khan al one Khan. That was the end of it, sir. Do you want me to read verse 18? Salakia, sir, you're freezing
Keep on
up.
going. Come, know what I mean? What, the oppressor is the damn devil the Bible speak of.
Verse
Keep on.
18.
Okay, that's it. That's it right there. That's it right there. You understand? Salaka, give me more. Give me more. Salaka.
If it be possible,
Mm-hmm.
as much as lit in you,
Mm-hmm.
live peaceably with all men.
Live peacefully with all men. Understand? In the I.S.U.P.K, we're not drug dealers. In this I.S.U.P.K, you're not gonna see us fighting. I mean, for whatever reason. I mean, if it's not to save a life or save another brother's life. You understand? We live peacefully, man. You understand? We have classes. I have class in my own crib. Also the Rush has class in his own crib. Also the Baja has class in his own crib. I mean, also One has class in his own crib. Also, your Rod has classes in his own crib, in his own place. But you know what? Even though we say the oppressor is the devil the Bible speak of, we live peacefully, man. You understand? We live peacefully amongst our brothers, among where we live at. You understand?
Right.
And people realize this, even though we speak rough, even though we say what we're saying. But you know what? We're not drug dealers. You understand? We're not gonna shoot another black man for no reason. Matter of fact, we're promoting love. We're promoting, I mean, wellness, caring about one another in our communities. And they're realizing this and they see it. And that's what they hate. That's what the oppressor hate. The fact that we showing love to one another. That the fact that we caring for one another, that's a weapon right there. You understand? Can y'all hear me?
Concept.
Khan al one Khan.
All right. All right, good. Keep on going.
Khan, sir. Verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Dearly beloved,
Mm-hmm.
avenge not yourselves.
Not to do what?
Avenge not yourselves.
Well, you know what? He owes me money. I got to stop the brother.
Avenge not yourselves.
Well, he stopped and I mean stood on my sneaker. He stepped on my sneaker. I gotta kill that nigga, man. He disrespecting my sneakers, man. My Jordans.
Avenge not yourselves.
Well, you know what? Yo, this brother now, man. I hate this brother. He did this to me. I gotta do something.
Avenge not yourselves.
Avenge not yourself, man. You understand? Avenge not yourself. And we going us in the ISUPK, we go even going further with this. You understand? Back in the days, we would have go to war with the Edomites. We would have go to war with another nation that's abusing our people. Today, what we do, we preach. We say the truth. I mean, we bring light into the darkness. We're not terrorists. You're not gonna see us bomb the metro. You're not gonna see us bomb, I mean, the buildings. Understand? We extremists in the truth, but we're not extremists enough to go bomb people and everything like those Arabs. We're not gonna do that. Why? Read it again.
Avenge not yourselves.
We don't avenge ourselves, man. But do what?
But rather give place unto the wrath.
Wait. We see COVID-19, right? Go ahead.
But rather give place unto the wrath.
Earthquakes is gonna come and destroy this empire.
But rather give place unto the wrath.
Diseases are coming for oppressing us.
But rather give place unto wrath.
And I mean, and young man Kovo put it the best in the meme when we see, I mean, the nuclear war. You understand? And he put the excellent verse. You know what? Give place unto wrath, man. You understand? God will fight for us. All we got to do is change our life, brother. All we got to do is love one another, and God will fight for us. That's all we need. Understand? That's all we need. We need to show the same love that the them oppressor show to another oppressor, show it to our own people. That's all we need.
Right.
And God will fight for us. Give grace unto wrath. And God is a warlord, Lord. You understand? I could do something evil to another brother because he done evil to me. But if I leave it to God's hands, he will do even worse. And sometime in the process, it will make that person wake up and realize, you know what, I did wrong. I need to change my life. Understand? Instead of me going and killing that brother or that sister for their wrong, God will make them suffer, and maybe that brother or sister could change their ways and realize what they've done. Understand? Give place unto wrath. Understand? Don't avenge yourself. Do the same thing that them Edomite cup. Understand? We see it happened. I mean, the week that just passed in Quebec, where there's a white man coming towards a police woman with 2 knives, and she didn't shot him. She shot 4 times. And you know what? That damn Edomite is still alive. If it was a black man, he would have been dead. He would have been the target practice. Pow, pow, pow. You know what I mean? For the 4 bullets in the same spot. You understand? 4 bullets in the same spot.
Right.
But it was a damn Edomite, their own people, their neighbors. She had compassion on them. Let's use that same thing. Let that be an example for us to have compassion towards one another, not to want to hurt one another for the wrongs that the other person did. You understand? Let's use that example, man. Understand? Keep on going.
Vengeance is mine. I will repay, said the Lord.
Vengeance belongs to who?
Vengeance is mine.
Vengeance is for the Lord. You don't need to avenge yourself. Just do what God says, and you'll see God fight for you. And that proves that you really care about God. That proves that you really have faith in God. Why? Because instead of killing that brother, I'm gonna tell him the truth. I'm gonna show him the right way. And you know what? If he doesn't want to listen, well, God gonna deal with him. Let God deal with him. You understand?
Right.
And it will be better that I deal with him than God. That's what it would have been better. I mean, that I fought the brother than God, because when God is against you, you understand? I mean, nobody could save you from this wrath. Nobody could save you from the grip of God, man. When God is against you, well, exactly like us as about to say, good night.
Right.
You know what I mean? If God is against you, good night. You don't want to. Go ahead.
Right. What you're saying is so heavy, and like for the people watching us who might not understand what Officer 1000 Adiyar is saying, when God is against you, look outside. Ontario is in another lockdown.
You understand? And worse is coming. You understand? So
Right.
when God is against you, and you will see that God is against this empire, man. God is against white people. God is against the oppressor. God is against every other nation that are not Israelite, Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, and those that are scattered abroad in other nations. God is against those people. Even though they're rich right now, even though they eat good, even though they could party right now, God is against them because of what we suffering under, because what they done to us, because the abuse. Because while we're in captivity, they're having fun. You understand?
Right.
Because instead, just like exactly that, they're not killing their own people, but they're killing us. And you will see God is against them. You don't want to be on that side. And that's why we're wakening you. That's why we're waking you up. That's why we're telling you these words. That's why we're showing you the truth of the Bible. And these things that we're saying, you're not going to learn in the church. The truth of this Bible, you're not going to learn in the church. But the only place you will learn this truth of the Bible is in the I.S.U.P.K. So you in Canada, you understand? Like and share and take notes. You understand? We got a bunch of soldiers over here, you know what I mean, having classes in Canada. Take notes, man. You understand? Be ready to love one another. We got the keys. Just like DJ Khaled say, I got the keys. Now we got the keys to solve the problem that is plaguing Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. We got the keys to fix our people, man. And it starts with this: loving one another. And love cannot come without forgiveness. Forgive one another. You understand? And was that? And keep on going on the verse.
Kind one kind. Vengeance is mine. I will repay, said the Lord.
I will do what?
I will repay.
I will repay. Let God fight your fight. Let God fight your battle. I mean, let God fight your battle. Then you're gonna see, what's happening. You're gonna see exactly what. You know what? I could have done it better than God. You don't have to kill that brother. You don't have to murder that sister. Let God fight your battle. In the process, maybe that brother or sister will change their life if it's not too late for them. Understand? But let God fight your battle, man. Show that brother love. And which verse you in?
I just finished 19.
Keep on going.
Therefore, verse 20. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst,
wait, young man. So you mean to tell me if somebody that is my enemy, if there's another Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, that's my enemy, that's against me, what should I do?
feed him.
Feed him. You know what? In the I.S.U.P.K, we have programs, and it's coming to Canada soon, where we're gonna have programs where we're feeding the whole community, even though they're against us, even though they hate us, even though they say, well, these men are too hardcore, these men are crazy, lunatics. We're gonna feed them. We're gonna care for them. Understand? That's why undercoming in Juliana, that's what you learn. You learn to love one another. Feed your enemies. And that's not talking about the oppressor once again. What we say is not about talking about feeding it a white man or not. We're gonna have a barbecue, just like Captain Tazaria said. We don't feed Africans. You understand? No Africans. Not, we have Passover. There's not gonna be no steak in African, no damn Edomites. No Arabs, nothing. But you know what? That brother and sister that that I beef with in the world, come to the Passover. Let's eat together. Let's drink together. You understand? Come see exactly what we're doing. You understand? Show love to one another. You understand? Hey, you know what, brother? You know what? Yo, after class, after camp, we're going over there. We're gonna eat together, man. We in Toronto after camp. You understand? We're gonna be over there. Come break bread with us, man. You see that brotherhood that we have within ourselves, and you want to be part of that, because you won't find it nowhere else but in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You understand? Just like today, me and your man Kovo today. You understand? We went to to get something to eat. You understand? At the exam sick time and everything matches. I see your man Kovo. He'll tell you the story. In the future. We met two brothers. We while showing the brother around when I'm coming back, we met two brothers. One of the brothers was like, "No, I don't want to hear this." You look like devils. With the down your neck and everything. And you know what? I wanted to curse the nigga, and it's like the dude out. Be like, "Yo, man, you dumb or what, man?" You know what I mean? Just shut up. Like in my carnal ways, I could be like that, and sometimes it comes in my mind. But I was like, you know what, brother, come around. And the brother afterwards, he really listened. He listened. It was like, you know what? There was two brothers. It was to the other one. Well, tell you got the number. You got the number. All right. Yeah. Okay. I understand. Sorry for what I done. Sorry for how I reacted. Understand? And that's love. That's compassion. Understand? That's what we need to provide in our community. That's what we need to show in our community. Do it sincerely, because I really care about you. Because you are my brother. You are my sister. You are my blood and bones. You understand? That's what we need to do. Keep on going.
Kala one Khan. If he thirsts, give him drink.
If he thirsts, give him drink. If he's hungry, feed him. If he's thirsty, give him drink. Understand? Even though he was against you, even though you know what I mean, he hated you, even though he wanted to kill you, give him drinks, give him food, brother. Let's go eat something. Let's go buy a bottle. I mean, let's sit down a little bit. You understand? I mean, let's show the differences that we have. Let's see the differences and where we could find a common ground. Understand? Because you are my brother, you are my kin, you are my family. You understand? You are my reflection, and that's what we need in Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. You understand? This Bible is the solution for our people, man. Following these things is the solution. No more black and black crimes. Just like that, them Edomite show love to that other Edomite. We need to do the same thing, but we need to perfect it. We need to now make sure in a way that no other nation does it, because we do what we do it the best. Understand? That's what we need to do. Keep on going.
Kala one Khan. Give him drink, for in doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
You put fire on his head, man. You know what I mean? You put like charcoal. You put the charcoal in his head. Why? Because now here it comes. He hated you. That person hated you, and you know what? Now here you are showing that person love. You know, there's a dilemma that goes in that person's head. Like, what the hell? What the hell? This nigga crazy or what? I was about to kill the nigga, man. I was about to murder that nigga. You understand? So like it. But you understand? Here he comes, showing me love. Here he comes, eating with me, drinking with me, being in brotherhood with me. That confused somebody, man. Somebody in the world will be confused.
Right.
And if that person doesn't change and beg for forgiveness, well, I mean, give place unto wrath. Understand? Don't avenge yourself. Give place unto wrath. But at least you show that person. And that person, before he dies or she dies, will remember what you did. Will remember, you know what? I fucked up. It's a lot. I messed up. I should have, I mean, the same love, the same type of love. I received love. I had love, but I refused love. Understand? But you know what? You were the one that provided that love. You were the one that provided that you cared. You were the one that didn't murder that brother or did wrong to that brother or sister, but you gave him drink, feed them, clothe them, show them that you really care in sincerity, man. You understand? And that's what we need. That's what the Bible is about. That's what waking up this nation is about. Showing one another that I care about you. And you know what? Even though there's gonna be 144,000, we're doing this work, I mean, for everybody. 144,000 to the leaders I'm talking about. Even though some of us, I mean, will die in nuclear fire, but you know what? I'm still preaching to them and I'm still showing love to them because I don't want you to die. I don't want you. I mean, my hope, just like Paul said, just like I mean, the Bible said, my hope is that all Israel shall be saved.
Right.
So I'm gonna love every Israelite. I'm gonna love every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. I'm gonna forgive every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian that was in my life and that did me wrong. Just
Right.
like an Edomite forgive their own brother and didn't kill that brother. And that's like their own brother. She didn't kill that damn devil because she loved that damn devil. That's her people. Well, we need to have that same thing within us. You understand? Keep on going.
Verse 21, sir.
Go ahead.
Be not overcome of evil.
Be not overcome with what?
Of evil.
Don't let that evil, I mean, make you lose control. Make you, I mean, you know what? He did this to me, and I'm so angry. I got to do something wrong. We was like that back in the world. You know what I mean, back in the days in the world, we were like that. You know what I mean, you disrespect me. I'm saying, you what, nigga? You don't know who I am? Well, you are nothing. You are nothing. You understand? And once we come to that mind, I am nothing. But you know what? To be somebody, I need to follow God's law. You understand? I need to do what I gotta do. To be somebody, I need to love my own people. You understand? But back in the days, we were like, what you think who you think I am? You did this to me, you did that to me. You think now I ain't playing game over here. You understand? Keep on going go ahead again.
Khan. Be not overcome of evil.
Well, you know what? You did me wrong. I'm gonna do you wrong. Don't be overcome like that. Don't let that take over your mind, take over your spirit. But you know what? Have the brotherhood inside of your spirit. Have brotherhood mark in your spirit. Have not me. Have the brotherhood mark in your forehead, in your hands. Like this, you could do exactly what is according to brotherhood, which is loving another brother, caring for another brother or sister. You understand? Doing exactly like that. I'm gonna use that Edomite now, me, because that Edomite, we need to what that Edomite did for that other Edomite, we need to, you know what I mean, reflect that, think about it, and perfect it. Perfect it. You understand?
Khan.
You can't kill that on people. Even though the dead Edomite was going towards her with 2 knives, ready to stab her. I mean, we should. I mean, now they got to think about. Well, the brother probably has. I mean, some mental problem. He probably like this. He probably. I mean, he probably going through a bad day. But maybe the wife cheated on him. Maybe this. I mean, he's about to lose his kid. We don't know. But you know what? I got to care about him. I got to think about. I mean, I got to think about all these things before I kill him. Why can't we do the same? Why can't we realize, you know what? If that brother does that, it's poverty, is this, is that. So before I go and I mean and do evil to that brother, let me think about, let me love that brother. Let me show that brother another way. Let me shoot I mean warning shots. Pow, pow, pow. I didn't kill that brother, but I'll give you I mean some warning shot. I could have killed you if I wanted to, but you are my brother in my flesh and my reflection. That's what we need. You understand? Keep on going. Salake, drop that. Somebody bring me to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. And that's going to be the last verse. We're going to have the Passover at Officer the Rush in Toronto. At my place in Montreal, we're going to have it over here. And let's be live. We're going to be live. If we could have like classes right now and be live. Turn the camera around. You understand? But we got an important message, an announcement for the Passover. We're going to have something important for Canada. So, so let's try to be there in brotherhood and everything. If you're in your house, you can make it to Officer the Rush. You still could be live. We're gonna have fun, party, and everything. You already know what it is. But you know what I mean? At least we're there in spirit. You're not by yourself. You know what I mean?
Another one, Khan. I got the verse ready for it, sir.
Come, go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love.
Wait, warrior. Read that part again.
With all lowliness.
What does that mean? Wait. Let's go for each word. What does that mean?
With all loneliness. With all
lowliness mean? Humbleness. Give the warrior hand. Give the warrior hand. Being humble, you lowering yourself. You understand? You lowering yourself. My first Passover that I went was the 50th Passover. You know what we do? We're doing the I.S.U.P.K. I mean, they show you how to humble yourself. You're in the Passover. You take. Here I am. Going to celebrate in the Passover, coming from Canada. Everything going to New York. I had to go in the kitchen and serve my brother, serve my sister. I had to go in the kitchen and wash dishes. In all lowliness, being humble, be humble. Serve your brother, serve your sister,
Right.
even though you have a high rank, even though you're officer of 500, even though you're officer of 50, even though you're officer of 1,000. Serve your brother.
Damn. We'll see.
He was like, nah, this nigga tripping.
Dang,
So like
look at him. Salakia. Read that precept one more time while we wait for Officer Shaw. You want to get back in? Salakia, Officer Ariyar.
Khan, another one, Khan.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
all
can you hear me?
Khan, sir, we got you.
Salaki. Go ahead. Khan.
with all
Go ahead.
lowliness, Salakia,
Mhm.
and meekness.
What does meekness mean? The word meekness. So if you don't know, look it up.
It's a synonym to lowliness.
Exactly. So it's repeating it. I mean, it's repeating. Meekness. Be meek. Be humble. Understand? That's necessary if you really love your people. Be humble. It's not about you all the time. It's about your people. It's about another brother in the struggle, another sister in the struggle. You understand? Like I was saying, like before, like when I went to the Passover, to the 50th Passover, here I am, I mean, coming from Montreal. I had to, I mean, wash dishes, serve my brothers, serve my sister. So it's not about the rank that you have. You are officer 50, you're officer 500, 1,000, 5,000. You understand? But serve your own people, serve your brothers and sisters. I mean, don't look at it, I mean, I am a king, I am a prince, and I mean, it's about me, and I got to shine. No, serve your brother, man. And that's why we're showing that I.S.U.P.K. Of course, by being, I mean, in a high rank, you won't even need to do that shit, that because there's other brothers, I mean, that's gonna be humble and be like, you know what, sir, I won't let you do that. I will do it. You understand? But at the same time, you ready to prove yourself. You ready to, I mean, to show that you care about your brother and sister. And I mean, how can I serve you? How can I care about you? And if we had that mentality about caring and serving one another, we wouldn't have those problems that we have in our community today. You understand? And that's the solution that we're bringing. Caring for one another. Be ready to serve one another. You
Khan, another one, Khan.
Keep on going.
With long suffering.
With what?
Long suffering.
The general had the class the other day talking about we need to suffer one another. Suffer how?
Long suffering.
Suffering. So that means not just today. I mean, you forgive your brothers today, but tomorrow you won't forgive your brother. Not long suffering. Understand? It's not something easy to do, Akim. Understand? It's something, I mean, where your pride, I mean, gonna come. Well, again and again, you want to disrespect me. You want to play with me. You want to play what you playing with my emotion, man. You understand? But with long suffering, keep on suffering that brother or that sister, man. You understand? Doing in righteousness, doing the laws of God. Suffer that brother and that sister. Suffer your people, man. Long suffering. Keep on going.
Khan, one, Khan.
Mm-hmm.
Forbearing one another in love.
For what?
Forbearing one another in love.
What does that mean, forbearing? The word forbearing, what does it mean?
Again, to tolerate.
Give the brother a hand. I mean, Cole is on fire today. Like your man Cole is under me, so I mean it's gonna be even. I mean it's gonna shine even more than me. I mean, it's gonna shine even more than me. So I mean, brothers are sharp, man. That's what it means. Tolerate. You understand? Tolerate your brother and sister, man. You understand? And that's what we're lacking. We need to tolerate one another. That damn Edomite cock tolerated that other Edomite with the two knives that was coming towards her. She tolerated him. You know what I'm saying? She didn't kill him. She didn't end his life. She gives 4 warning shots. You understand? And they arrested that dude. You understand? We need to do the same thing. We need to have the same compassion for one another. We need to have the same type of love for one another. And this is the type of love that is essential in our community that we really need. You understand? And without that, we're always gonna be in the struggle. We're always gonna be in. I mean, in the going under the dilemma that we're going. I mean, with one another. Because why? Because we don't we don't tolerate our brothers. We don't tolerate our sister. You know what? You did this to me once. You're not gonna do it again. You understand? We need to be there for one another. Show them the right way, of course. When I say tolerate, when the Bible say tolerate, don't be pussified, so like you. Don't be vaginified. So like you. Understand? Don't be like that. But tolerate your brother, man. Show him the right way. And understand that, you understand, they've done so many things to us that we don't even understand what's right and wrong no more. Tolerate that, brother. Understand? That's why in Quebec, you're gonna see me on Facebook having debates, like nonsense debates sometimes, because I tolerate those brothers and sisters. Understand? At one point, I'm gonna be like, I showed you enough. I told you, I told you enough. All right, no sweat. Now you just playing dumb. I got somebody else that that I need to tolerate. But if that brother come back to me, be like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. My arms is open for that brother or that sister. You understand? And that's what we need. That's what we need. That's how we need to be. You understand? Keep on going.
Verse 3. Endeavoring to keep the unity.
Verse 32, 33, right?
So this is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3.
And verse 32. Verse 32.
Verse 32. Gone. 32. Just a moment.
No sweat. If any brother or sister, if brother or sister in the chat, ask question, or comments, you could put it. Don't be shy, and don't forget to like and share. And don't forget, that of community general Yana as an the class, and the class a little class right now, not class, but a little preview, a little news. So go check it out right after class. And also, you don't forget, the Passover is on the 24th this week coming. Understand? If you don't know how to keep the Passover, check us up. Outside Bun, you got his number. We on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You understand? So you already know what it is, man.
Right.
I got it when you're ready for it, sir.
Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
And be ye kind one to another.
Be ye kind to one another. Don't be rough with a brother just because he's he doesn't you dislike him. Be kind to that brother. Even though we speak rough, we still love them brothers. Even though we speak rough, we still love them sister. And if they approach us and they're gonna be like, oh well, wait a minute now. Well, I heard you at camp. You were speaking rough, but you're not really in that mind state. We in camp. We got to speak rough. We got to speak loud. You understand? Especially in Toronto. There's like carnival all the time, marching all the time. So we got to be loud. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But when they come and talk to us, they're gonna see, oh, these are the kindest brothers I ever met. Those sisters are the nicest sisters that I ever met in this life. Be what?
Be ye kind one to another.
Go ahead.
Tender-hearted.
Tender-hearted, like I said, that doesn't mean be vaginified, be crucified. But be tender-hearted, man. Be able to care about your brother. Be able, to have a heart for your brothers and sisters, man. Understand? Be able to have some compassion for them. Understand? That's what it means. Go ahead.
Forgiving one another.
Wait. Don't go to for what?
Forgiving one another.
Forgiving one another, man. You trespass against me, I forgive you. Forgive it. Just like that then Edomite cop forgive that then Edomite bastard with the 2 knives. God. She forgave him. She didn't kill him. Even though they're gonna put him in jail, but she didn't kill him. Let's use that as an example in Canada. Let's use that as an example to save our communities, to help one another. Forgive them. Let's forgive one another. Let's not have no more grudges. Let's not have no more. Well, he did this to me. She did that to me. You understand? Be humble. Forgive your brother. Forgive your sister. Suffer it. Just like just like the general said, General Miami said, suffer your brother, suffer your sister, man. Keep on going.
Kana one kan. Even as God for Christ's sake hath forgiven you.
What did Christ do?
He died for us, sir.
He died for us. And who sent Christ to die for us?
The Most High.
The Most High. Why?
For our sins.
For our sin, which means to do what? You have it right in the verse. Which means to do what?
For our sake, sir.
Yes, but to do what? I mean, like, why would God send Christ to die for us? To? It's right there in the verse. To?
Forgiving one another, and even as God for
To
Christ's
forgive
sake,
us.
to forgive us, sir.
You understand? To forgive us. God sent Christ, I mean, to die on the cross to forgive us. Now, this is what Christ had to endure, to die for us. And dying is not something sweet, especially when we see what Christ, I mean, the way that Christ died. It's not something sweet. I mean, the king was beaten, I mean, almost beaten to death and everything. I don't know if you ever got beat on your life, I mean, but I mean, you see the, what you might call it, I mean, what General Miami always asks, the fouet, le fouet. How you call fouet?
The whip, sir.
The whip. Come to water. The whip that the general always had. Imagine, I mean, back in the day, you have that whip, but there's like 4 branches in the end. And they used to put, I mean, metals. So when they whip you, it's, I mean, it destroy your skin. But the term, I whip the skin of your back. Understand?
Good.
So, okay.
All right.
Looks like Otto one
So
froze.
yeah, he's breaking up again. Was that the end of the precept?
Kana the one kan.
All right, well, Khan, we'll give it a
So yeah,
moment.
y'all hear me, Baba Kwash? Y'all hear me? Come. Salak, the oppressors,
Khan,
then
sir.
what the Bible speak of, but we still here. Understand? They wanted to, I mean, they wanted me to give up, but we didn't give up, and we're here in the class. Know what I mean? But this is what we need. We need to forgive one another. You understand?
Right.
And was that it on the verse?
Kana the one kan.
And anybody has something else to say, like to add up and everything?
Khan, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Salakia, sir. It's we definitely as a people, as a race, we need to definitely stop trying to give our love to every every beast of the field, right? Like we
Uh-huh.
just like earlier today I had a conversation with a Native American, and we were basically like a Gadite. I had a conversation with a Gadite on Facebook, and we were talking about basically the punishment for the oppressors. And this Gadite couldn't get out of his mind that we need to give our love to everybody. So
God.
I think I hit him with like a 10-piece KO, man, a combo, a quick combo. He couldn't reply anymore because I say, you're saying love everybody. You're saying I gotta love the Moabites. They have billions of dollars. They have aircraft carriers. They make every single iPhone you could think of. The Native Reserves don't have one tank, one fighter jet. I said, name the Native American bank that's on Wall Street. Sir, I checked my phone a couple minutes ago. He didn't reply yet.
Nah, he ain't gonna reply. He ain't
Right.
he ain't gonna reply. But and you should tell him, by loving everybody, you hate your own people.
Kan.
Right, sir.
You loving those people that hate your people, so you hate your people. You know what I mean? Can darkness mix with, I mean, with light? And we just read that
Ah,
every beast I mean, love their own kind. So if you want to love white people, that's not your kind. Then
Right.
you hate your kind, because you should love your
Right.
kind. You should love those brothers and sisters in the same struggle as you, that's going through the same thing as you. You want to love them. You don't hate you want to love the other ones that's oppressing them or taking advantage of them. Well, you don't love them. I mean, you don't love your own people. Like, you should even clarify this with them. Look at the Africans when they come here. They
Right.
above the Gadites. The Arabs above the Gadites. They have businesses. They have this. They getting rich. But you know what? White men want to run a pipeline in your land, and after that, pollute your water, pollute your seeds, pollute your, know what I mean, gardens, and you can't say a damn thing.
Right.
Let them go to the other nation, know what I mean, and do whatever they want. They will revolt. The Arabs won't even revolt. They will start bombing everywhere.
Alawaka kaboom.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? They will alawaka kaboom, like the
Right.
young man say. Exactly. So you got to tell them. I mean, tell them that like this. You just then, I mean, smoking weed, smoking, I mean, crack. I mean, being a drunkard and think, I mean, everybody loves you while they hate you, man. And your woman a prostitute, your woman sleeping with anybody, and there's no respect for you. Why? Because you want to love everybody. Why?
Right.
The only thing, you're not loving your own people. If a black man comes towards you, you will hate the black man though. You won't love the black man. If the black man, I mean, owes you money, you will say it's, I mean, that damn fuck slack, damn nigga. You understand?
Right.
That's what it is. You understand? Anybody has something else to say or question about the topic? Now pull a precept or a verse.
I'm good.
Come, everybody to while. Come, most sign Christ. So that being said, Salaka for the interruption, and I mean the internet connection and everything, but the white the
Get back
oppressors,
to the fire at the end.
come, most sign Christ. The most sign, I mean, kept the best for life, so the last. I mean,
Oh man.
I mean, but I mean that's the most high, man. You understand? Those devils, they're not gonna stop us. We're gonna keep going. I mean, they thought that I was gonna be like, you know what? Us as a body take over, and I mean, I just sit down. Nah, I'm gonna be with my brothers. We're gonna say the truth. We're gonna speak this truth, man. You understand?
Right.
That being said, you understand? To water for everybody that was here. And Dwayne Davis, Shalom, Mosai Crash, Yabashim Yashabarta. You understand? And Dwayne Davis, I mean, hopefully you get your name, your Hebrew name already. You understand? And you already know what it is, man. Like and share. Like and share with everybody that you know. If you know somebody in Canada, like and share. We have classes in French as well. On a des classes en français aussi sur I.S.U.P.K Quebec. On I.S.U.P.K Quebec. Know what I mean? First class is the New Testament is for Israelite only. Understand? That's on Monday. That's a mini-series. Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. On a la mini-série de 5h à 6h p.m. à chaque lundi où on montre que le Nouveau Testament est pour les Israélites seulement. And also we have classes in French, the law class, understand, which is on Wednesday. À chaque mercredi, on a les classes de loi, which is qui est au mercredi, de 6h p.m. à 8h p.m., which is from 6 to 8 p.m. And don't forget, we have Creole classes as well. Creole classes, that's I.S.U.P.K IT. Nous avons classe en créole sur I.S.U.P.K IT. Our time changed, because of the schedule and everything. So we're trying to have classes on every Sunday at 2 p.m. Understand? Now, essayé de classe à 2 p.m. à chaque dimanche. So I.S.U.P.K IT. That being said, I pass the class back to Officer Officer 500 Zabaj.
Salaki, sir. I'll pass it to Officer Darash. He's the guard for tonight.
Come. Officer Darash. I'll pass Officer 500 Darash. We pass the class to Officer Darash. Let's clap it up.
Clap it up.
And Salaka, before Officer Darash comes in. And don't forget, for the Passover, we're gonna have a major announcement for the Passover. So y'all be there. I mean, we will do like a class. I mean, we'll stream. I mean, live. We eat. I mean, party with each other. I mean, party together. I mean, put some music. But we're gonna have an announcement on during the Passover, major announcement. I mean, especially for Quebec. Understand? So let's get it.
God, sir.
All right, Salakia above me. These are I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, pre-will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. So the next holy convocation is the Lord's 52nd annual Passover. That'll be April 24th at sundown. The official Passover will be held in Houston, Texas at the BH Ranch. All right, you can speak with your camp leader on that. In Canada, if you're not making it to that, then it'll be held at my place, Officer Darash at my place. You can speak with Officer 500 Zabaja on more information. He's in charge of the feast days. And it will be held here in Toronto. For Quebec, reach out to Officer 1000 Adiyar for more details on where the Passover will be held. Again, that is the next holy convocation, which is the Lord's 52nd annual Passover. Akim and Akwathian, check the I.S.U.P.K website or speak with your camp leader for any updates. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Menavizo Imajim. Menavizo Sarwa Panyaha Kadam, which means turn and face the east. All right, we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Lashon Kadash and then in the English. Oh, Officer Adiyar dropped out?
God.
Oh, all right. All right, this is the Lord's Prayer in the Lashon Kadash. Abinawa,
Abinawa,
Shabbat Shemayam,
Shabbat Shemayam,
Kadash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwathka,
Malakwaka,
Sabah,
Saba'a,
Ratazaka,
Ratazaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Barataza,
Barataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
so like Bashamayam,
Bashamayam,
Nathan Lanawa,
Samanawa,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Ka,
Ka,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalak Nawa,
Salaknawa,
Kawabak Nawa,
Kabwatnawa,
Kasalak Nawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kawabak Yanawa,
Kabwatyanawa,
Wala,
Wala'a,
Tabayanawa,
Sabayanawa,
Banasayawan,
Banasaywan,
Abal,
Abal,
Hawashinawa,
Awashinawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Ra,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Malakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Wahala,
Wahataparath,
Wahatapara,
Lai Walamiam,
Walamya,
Aman.
Aman.
What we said in the English, our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name,
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be
One
done
second.
Thy will be done.
in earth.
Hey, Shalom, can you guys hear me?
Come, we're just doing the prayers right now. All right, Salakia. Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever so be it.
forever so be it.
All right, man of Israel, you can return to your original positions. We're going to give a salute and then end the class. All right, man of Israel, Imajim Shabbat. Imajim. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yajamata. All right, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the Akwati and the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat. Imajim. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Al-Thab Yajamata. Class dismissed.